Happy Monday. No sign of the eastbound valley job preparation as of yet, but maybe I will be lucky. Yes, on the north bend of the Queensboro Bridge. Just looking over. Okay, looking towards New Westminster's trap yards. No sign of a train, but one or two trains came in and out of Queensboro just asked a while ago, but that's another story. And just to show a quick tree damage, I came here a little while ago on this side, and the city still has not even bothered to fix this up since last year. Unbelievable. Usually would fix it by now, but just on the southbound pathway, starting to be on the southbound side of the Queensboro Bridge for my railway adventure. Got the flash. Oops. Thanks to a friend. A little better closer with the spur. Not like yesterday, I was on the bus and was whizzing by here, so at least this time I get more of a better detail of the view of the spur to Tree Island Steel. And yeah, the ICBC lot here, just showing. Just wanted to show the different views here. So, film the outer part of the trap yards before I get up close there. So, for the happy Monday, well, or happy fun day, no fun day, whichever you want to call it, I guess, to some. The last look here from the ICBC lot from this angle. Yeah, indeed. No, I'm not sure about the eastbound valley job preparation, if I missed it or still underway. The yards here. Just trying to ignore the arrogant, selfish people with their e-bikes and scooters, etc. So, yeah, it looks like a box car too, maybe on the one spare track siding there, and yeah, CNR still has been empty here. And I meant to say this is the Burnaby trap side of the yards before the CNR goes into the Richmond side over the bridge there and further down by the Fraser. So, but focusing on the Southern Railways yard mainly now. Yeah, only some locomotive or spare stuff on the side track there, but okay, now I'm getting more closer somewhat to the even better view for the SRY Southern Railway yards. Lots of freight here, holy. Racks, box cars, center beam, bulkhead cars, other various, especially a lot of gondola cars with more royal coiled steel rolled up, look like almost like a small version of what you would use for rebar tying, a smaller type of stuff there. But anyway, this looks interesting to see, yeah. I don't know if this came from Queensboro or maybe from some other run perhaps, or soon to be waiting for a run to be shipped, I'm not sure. Nice to see a bulkhead car loaded with timber. And of course racks going all the way down. So, you see the valley engine still sitting to the side there parked. They haven't moved yet, so you know, just a quick glimpse of the morning yard here. No in between where they expanded the railway tracks further into the yards, but looks like they put a little bit of guideway so vehicles could kind of cross over the tracks a little bit further in the part of the yard between the cars I could try to see. So I'm just trying to explain the best I can to that ability. Looks like a crossing almost, if you will, call it that way. Yeah. Well, that's a freight here. Holy, I'm not sure which is, maybe for the eastbound valley job, maybe could be a combination that might take one of these hopper cars in this track here, a few of them, and then with some tank cars at the other end, or it might take two of these center beam cars or one of the both and mix and match together. Sometimes they have done that since the train hasn't left yet. Oh yeah, here's some. Yeah, the 3.5 and the 3.2, I believe, unless they swap the 3.2 for the 3.4 again. I'm not sure, but and looks like some of the freight cars still waiting to be serviced in the tarp section there in the depot. Yeah, that's interesting. Nice to see the MP 153, yeah, or unless it's a 151. I think it's a 153 with the Slug 001 and the 129 and the caboose here. Hey. Just adding other angles here. This is what I was trying to explain earlier when I was filming the other bunch of gondola cars. See all that heavy steel all rolled up? I'm not sure what they may use this for. It kind of looks like the smaller version, like what you would use for tying up rebar. Yeah, the smaller wire, rebar wire, some type of thing like that. But I know it's used for some other construction purposes or whatever, or manufacturing something else out of that steel. This gondola car looks like rebar, or maybe some other form of steel, but it looks like rebar. But correct me wrong in that. Just in the last year or so, SRI sure been, for the shop train, usually been delivering that down to the, right near the switch point there when you come over the SkyTrain Patello Bridge area. Yeah. Just want to get the circuit, the rear end brake blinker type thing where they put on the back end of the car, controlling the brakes, I mean, on the back end of the freight car, especially for the valley job. Seeing the ground crew. Yeah, there's a member here checking over stuff. Probably for a run for a bunch of delivering racks or so, or it could be for a switch job, I'm not sure. Anyway, I have lots of stuff here to keep busy. And a nice jet flying above. If I can get a good shot of it, kinda, I hope. Yeah. By the way, that plane's heading to the YVR, so yeah, we'll be there in a few minutes for landing. Westbound Mark 5 heading the waterfront. Yes, indeed. Last angle towards the northbound section now from the southbound here, just to show transit here while one their vehicle broke down. That sucks. Ouch. Film westbound SkyTrain and eastbound incoming to 22nd there. A moment, some more transit here. Sucks, unfortunately. Incoming to 22nd. I'd rather just film a little bit of SkyTrain, the buses or whatever, since the Southern Railway hasn't been running yet, so I wanted to just film a little bit some along the way to add into my theme of transportation like Expo 86 did. Yeah, 40 years back. Yeah, I think a bus broke down and the supervisor's there. Yeah. Shot of SkyTrain from ground level for a change. Yeah. Coming into 22nd, there we go, with the taxi.